Hello, and welcome to Peru. Say, I'd like to tell you a story. Do you have a minute? Great. A few years ago, Mike, an old friend, visited us to learn about our culture and, of course, our food. He was determined to make the most of every minute of his visit. Everything was going well. Mike was very friendly, as were our hosts, of course. Until he was approached with some rather unsettling offers. They came from different people. Mike couldn't believe it. Language was not a limitation, and apparently everything was prearranged. There is a secret network that involves many people linked to tourism, many of which operate without the knowledge of their employers. What Mike was offered is a sexual encounter with a 17-year-old teenage girl. Or it could be a 12-year-old boy. Or whatever he wanted. The victims are often children and teenagers from low-income families and severely lack affection, which especially puts them at risk of being sexually exploited and manipulated, to the point where they're made to believe they are the ones taking advantage of their exploitative customers. Mike immediately realized he was dealing with a case of child sexual exploitation. He not only, of course, rejected all of these proposals, but also reported them, thus helping the constant fight against this heinous crime. The consequences of child sexual exploitation are terrible and destroy the lives of its victims. Although there are no visible signs of abuse, it causes irreparable psychological damage, such as loss of self-esteem, confidence, feelings of guilt, and social damage such as marginalization, humiliation, exclusion, and social rejection. On top of that, many of the victims suffer unwanted pregnancies, the dangers of sexually transmitted infections, and others. The penalty for this crime is severe here in Peru, and the consequence for the client and others involved in the chain of exploitation is a sentence of up to 35 years in prison. Mike now lives happily with his wife. They got married a year ago and are already expecting their first child. We wholeheartedly hope that he visits us again, because people like Mike are friends for life.